Hi, I'm Efrazinia. Welcome to Meet Me at the Corner. Did you know it was only the late 1700s that they started putting pictures in books for kids? Before that, children's books looked a lot like books for adults with lots of text and just a few illustrations. But thanks to public libraries and books like Robinson Crusoe, Gulliver's Travels, Grimm's Fairy Tales, and the stories of Hans Christian Andersen, people realized that kids like to buy and read books. Some of these books were filled with flaps that lifted either up or down. In a time with no radio, television, or internet, these movable books were something the whole family could enjoy. Today we're meeting with someone who's a movable book expert who is both an engineer and an artist. His name is Robert Sabuda. His pop-up books are bought by both kids and adults and shown in museums around the country. He's going to talk to us about movable books and show us how to make a pop-up card of our own. What was the first pop-up book you read as a child?
My favorite pop-up book too. Not only the first one I read was The Adventures of Super Pickle. I loved this when I was a boy, and not just because it's a pickle wearing a cape, but when you open the pages, things stood up, things popped up. And this was the first time I had ever seen something like this in a book before. So as a young artist, I was absolutely fascinated with the idea that you could have something like this between two pages.
How did you get your start in creating pop-up books?
When I was about your age, I was an artist as well. I would use filing folders or construction paper, and I would cut the pieces, and I would fold them, and I would look at books like Super Pickle to try to figure out how the pop-ups would work. So then as I grew up, I really learned how to do that and to make them into books. I had an idea of how the pop-up could function, but now I was able to make all the pieces. I could make all the pictures, I could tell the story, and make the pop-ups.
What things in a pop-up book make it easy to make and what things hard?
There's more hard things than easy things, I have to tell you. The easy part is what's in my mind. Like when you have a picture, if you're an artist, of something you want to draw or something you want to paint, that's the easy part, coming up with the idea for the pop-up. But the hardest part is actually making the pop-ups. Because even though they work on my books right now, they pop up and they pop shut, it's very difficult to make that work each time. So I spend a lot of time problem solving. And I should also say the pop-ups don't always come out right the first time. I have to make them over and over and over again until they work.
How long does it take you to make a pop-up book?
A year sometimes almost, because it takes so long to build all, it's not just one pop-up, some of my books have 25 or 30 pop-ups, so it takes a long time to make all those pop-ups.
Would you show us how to make a pop-up card?
I certainly will, let's go. So I'm going to show you how to make a simple pop-up, alright? I take a piece of cardstock or construction paper, you can use either one, and I fold it in half and make it into a card. Then you need something to draw or write with to make one line. I put the fold of the card at the bottom, so here's my fold, and I put a dot right in the center of my card. Then I draw a line all the way down to the bottom where the fold is, and take my scissor, cut through it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold each side back into a triangle. So we've got one triangle here, and we've got another triangle here, and I'm going to put those two triangles back down to where they were. I'm going to flip my card over and I'm going to refold them in this direction. Alright, so I've got my triangles refolded, put them back down to where they were, open up this card like a tent, and then I push those two triangles through to the inside. That's one triangle on the inside now, two triangles on the inside now, fold it shut, and then when I open it, we get a pop-up mouth. Whoa! I love pop-up books. So that's how you can make your very own simple pop-up.
That's it for my corner of the world. See you next time.